Welcome everybody to the Jordan Garber Now News Update. At this time, before anything, I would like to do a 10-bell salute in tribute to Pat Patterson. Honestly, Pat Patterson, welcome everybody, obviously, to the news update. I'm live. I turned the light off so you guys could, actually pay tribute to the man. Pat Patterson was the first ever Intercontinental Champion. When I was a kid, the matches, my parents, the way the Intercontinental title matches were scheduled, they were never the main event. They were the mid-card, obviously, because it's a mid-card title. And my parents never let me watch wrestling. Arnell Cruz, hello. Hopefully your card finally comes to the Philippines. How many months has it been now? It's been because I remember mailing you your card, Arnell, when I was inside the call center. I mailed it inside of the call center, and now we're on lockdown, and we've been on lockdown for 2 months now, I think, or something like that. And that was a month being back at work. So it's been 5 months, but hopefully your card comes from Winnipeg to the Philippines very soon. But this is a jam-packed edition of the Jordan Garber Now podcast, guys. A lot of things went down on AEW. A lot of Jordan Garber Now things went down on AEW. It was absolutely phenomenal because Kenny Omega, once again, Jordan Garber Now interviewee, is the AEW World Champion. And not just that. And Craig, I just answered that about Arnell's card. It's on the way. It's 5 months, but it's on the way. I don't know what to say. It's overseas. It's across the damn world. But, anyways, Arnell, you will get your card. Hopefully you enjoy it. And AEW is huge, guys. Kenny Omega is the champion again. I just remember it was yesterday having him here on the Jordan Garber Now podcast, which was 3 years ago. And the archive, which was posted, was also posted this year, which you guys can listen to on many platforms. But Sting is back. That's huge. The first time in 19 years Sting has been on TBS television. Today was a very bittersweet wrestling day, but it was a piece of history. Let's say 2030 comes down 10 years from now. I'll remember this day of December the 2nd, 2020, when Sting made his return. Probably talking a little loud. People are sleeping, so I don't want to go crazy. But literally, I think that's the coolest thing, man. I remember Don Callis. He was a part of this segment, and they're merging with Impact Wrestling. There looks like there's some partnership here going on. What do you guys think? What's going on here with AEW and Impact Wrestling? I don't know, but I'm excited. 2 strong promotions partnering together. What could that mean for WWE? Even if it did mean something for WWE, nothing will surpass WWE. It just won't happen. No one can beat Vince. The man, in my opinion, personally, is a genius. But Sting is back. As a fan, when I saw The Crow, I knew it. When I saw The Crow, I knew he was back. And I knew he was back and better than ever. I couldn't believe it, man. That is so exciting. I can actually, be a wrestling fan and have fun as a wrestling fan. And say today, besides what happened with Pat Patterson, which I thought we delivered an awesome tribute towards. Everyone deserves that respect. But one thing I want to get off my chest. Here, it's been on my mind all day. Bushwhacker Luke's agent. He's lying about a few things. I'm not trying to get into anything or start an argument, but you don't get 300 requests a day for Bushwhacker Luke. Because you know what? I love Bushwhacker Luke. I'm a fan. But no one remembers the fucking guy. He's not going to get 300 fucking requests a day. I would love to see the proof of that, asshole. That's what I think of his agent. I like Bushwhacker Luke. I like that. But hey, his agent, you're a little cocky, man. You wish you got 300 requests a day. He's not remembered that much. And no one really cares. I was just trying to do something to get really a headline out of anybody, which I'm still going to do with Johnny Devine. I'm going to work for it by working in this I'll work hard for it. That's the plan. But I'm not going to sit here and have a lecture of how these guys are supposed to pay or not supposed to pay and all of that, when I know one guy, I'm not going to say who, where I can just get interviews for cheap. Why? I know people have to make a living during this pandemic, but like charge a reasonable price. And if you say you've given people free interviews, I'm giving you an opportunity to show my results. And I'll admit it. My YouTube page numbers aren't strong. But my podcasts every single Friday, guess what? They're strong on one platform, and then it goes to another platform out of 12 and gets another 1,000, 2,000, another platform 500, 600, 1,000, 2,000. It adds up. I can't calculate it. I can't. It's off 12 sites, and some data's not even available. But if I have on Anchor.fm all those countries listening, 30 plus, you better believe that's cross-platform, and the numbers are good. I might not be able to determine an exact figure, but those numbers are good. Why wouldn't I have all those countries listening otherwise? I don't sit here and pay for this. I pay for my advertising, in which I get listeners, yes, but I don't pay for listeners. I don't pay for Twitter followers. I don't pay for any of that. So I'm tired of, booking agents. And no, not Heat with Luke, the agent. I'm talking about agents in general. I'm done. I'm fucking done with dealing, negotiating, and being Mr. Businessman. I'm fucking working from home doing shit. And as he's calling me during work. I'm not fucking work, man. You think I give a shit about a wrestling interview where I'm making my rent money? Fuck you, man. Especially when you're charging me a lump sum, $300, $400. No, man. Bushwhacker Luke's one of the best in the world. He's not worth that amount, in my opinion. I'm not going to pay that amount. I won't pay anything more than, I would probably give him $100 for it, but I just felt rude. I told him I was at work, and he went on. And it's like, work is way more important than that. No matter what, at the end of the day, wrestling's like my passion, but making money is another one. And sitting there doing a podcast might make me a little, but I'm not going to sit there and talk to something that is worth less than something that I'm doing that is worth more. So I can just message someone else. I have WWE stars on my Facebook friends list that I've done it for free, like Tyler Rex and things like that, which are pretty more relevant nowadays anyways. So I'm done with the whole booking agent bullshit. I'm going through wrestlers to get my interview. If I want a big name interview, I'll get through another wrestler to do it. Case closed, as Tony Candela would say. One of the best in the world? And I'm not. I'm working on building my name. But how can I work on building my name if I'm going to spend a big amount of money for one interview where I could go cheaper through a wrestler and pay, 40 and get 3 names instead of paying one big price for one? Am I fucking stupid? Fuck no. So, that's my little rant on booking agents. Done. Although, one I have to say was good working with. We had a bit of issues, but I got to give this guy a shout out because he actually did communicate with me really well. Steve Stasiak. But I just want to deal. He's a good guy. But one thing I want to deal with here is I don't want to. I can't even talk. I'm so stoned. When I don't want to talk with booking agents because for one, it's just annoying, and two, I know I'm gonna have to spend money that it's just a fucking waste anyways. When you can get it for cheaper. If you probably just message them directly and be honest. I'm getting ripped off. And I'm being taken advantage of, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Easily. That guy knew I was a 25-year-old kid. He's going to try to make money off of me. I'm not going to do it. This isn't like fucking 2009, 2010 Steel Town Pro Wrestling anymore. Like, I wish it was, because 2020 is terrible, but like, why do I have to pay for an interview? I could be the worst podcaster in the world. I just wish people would, I don't know, it's just the age of time. If you have to survive and pay your bills, and that's the only source of income you have, then I can understand. But don't call me at work and then rudely interrupt me and like just not even hear me out on my main source. This show that I'm doing right now, I'm doing it for the fuck of it, to have a good time, to interact with people, to get this up on YouTube. I could just do a podcast every Friday, that's it. But no, I choose to do a video show. I think it's fun. I like it. Can you talk about the time you puked on Bobby J's carpet? Yes. So let me have a sip of my drink. Jesus Christ. Yes, exactly, Bobby. You taught me that too. Now, Bobby J, we can't hang out in person, obviously, but I'm going to take this bottle of Kraken here, which I have a few shots left of. If you want me to take a shot of it, just say take a shot, Garber. Or take a shot, Garber Snake, and I'll do it. It's right here. Anyways, what I covered, it's good to see Sting back. I was really excited to see that. 19 years seeing him on TBS television. The last time I felt like I walked through a time machine like that was like walking through Wrigley Field, I think. That was a cool moment to watch on television. But I got some comments here, not many, but a few, about... Dang it. I gotta shave my beard. I had news suggestions. There we go. Rob Steele, owner of the CNWEA, says, Bobby says, put your foot down, Garber Snake. Tell them how I got you booked one night at my home. Yeah, actually, let's do that. So one time, we were at Bobby's house. It was, I don't know, just a few buddies hanging out. And, I'm plastered. I'm drunk. My judgment is not the best of me at this time. Older women. And, it was, I had an experience. I got booked. I learned the ropes. Not just in the bedroom, but in the kitchen in front of everybody, too. So, Bobby J, that is your answer. That was a good night. And then I puked on your carpet. I'm sorry. Is that stain still there, like 7 years later? By the way, fast fact, I was watching, I think it was Wrestling Challenge and Superstars from 92, and Bobby J was on it. I always enjoy, I think I watch it once a year and I watch my tapes, but he was teaming with Jim Powers against High Energy was one of them, and the other one was Money Inc., I think. That was good. Those were two good matches. I enjoyed it. Solid enhancement talent, in my opinion, Bobby. And we always wanted to get you on the show since, which we hopefully will in the future. But, what Rob Steele said, owner of CNWA, says, is Danny Duggan turning heel? I think that would be really cool to see locally. I don't know if it makes sense, if it were to happen. I'm just trying to turn my volume up. I can't see shit. Here, let me turn my main light on. Anyways, Danny Duggan as a heel, I don't know if it would make a lot of sense locally since he's like a local promoter, good guy. But if he were to turn heel, it would kind of like probably be to the equivalent of like Cena turning heel or something. It's kind of like the Winnipeg version of Cena. Bobby says it's there. Different night you puke than when you get booked. Yeah. Well, at least I didn't puke while I was getting booked. I don't know why I can't put my words together. Maybe it's because I had a few shots of this. But maybe me having a shot will help me put my words back together. I don't know. Sorry, that made no sense. But Yeah. What else? That's disgusting. Ugh. That's terrible. I hate that liquor. Oh. Black rum, 47%. Ugh. Hope I don't puke on my carpet. What was I gonna say? Is AJ Sanchez the best heel in Western Canada? Now, I'm not going to say anything. Because the last time I said something about AJ Sanchez, I have a big mouth, and I'm not going to say anything. Moving on. I honestly think he is, though. I think he is the best heel. I also think he's the best. I hate to admit it, but I think he is the... there's no better leader than AJ Sanchez right now, and that's why he's the head trainer. He's one of the best. What can I say? Is Jude Dawkins bound for a major promotion? Absolutely. I could see Major League Wrestling, AEW, Impact Wrestling being in his realm. I could see WWE too. But I see most likely an Impact Wrestling run with him within the next 2 to 3 years. I could put money on it. The retirement of Bobby J. Well, Bobby, I know you're in this chat still and you're still watching. But how many times have you retired? But every retirement match you have is a good one, and every match I've seen locally. Anyways, I'm losing track of these comments. It's crazy now. Overwhelming. Every time you come here, you make a memorable moment. Yes, I do, and I hope to come back after the pandemic, Bobby. Please invite me over to one of your retirement parties or non-retirement parties, wrestling parties. Please invite me over, man. I love it down there. You know what? Funny story, actually. The first time I went to Bobby J's house, that was a good night. We went there. There's some girls over, and we were hanging out. And this was the time while I was getting along with Robbie Royce and Anderson Tyson Moore. These guys, well, they're one of my favorite wrestlers in Western Canada, but unfortunately they don't like me very much. And that is a story to explain another day, but that's my fault too. But when I went to Bobby J's for the first time, Robbie Royce and Anderson Tyson Moore, they literally picked me up and they threw me in the pool, man, and I had a great time after that, because I splashed and I was just I felt refreshed. It's like taking a big chug of water or something and landing in a pool, and then I just had some cold beers, and then we just, all of us, and I guess a few other friends hung out. It was a good night. And then my big mouth has gotten them to hate me. Jake asks, Garbs can stand up to promoters, but not AJ Sanchez. Come on, man. You're a smart guy. I'm not gonna go wrong. I have never had a longer argument with somebody about an Xbox One last night. But everything was all good, and I've probably, the more I think about it, the more I want it, so I guess he's right. Craig says, is China still banned from listening to Jordan Garber now? That's I'm not going to comment on that. Anyway, I'm not going to. I'm not commenting on that. It just makes you think, I'm trying to find a good example to put here for that Craig's question there. I don't know. If you play in the sandbox and there's a saw in the sandbox and you cut yourself and it affects the sandbox, is that person's fault? That's like China being in the sandbox with the saw. That's all I'll say. I don't know if that's the good example, but I got Keurigs. This is exciting. I love my new Keurig. All day, I was chatting with my supervisors at work. I was chatting with my friends. I was chatting with other people about Keurig coffee maker. And I finally have got my own flavors here. Wonderful Tim Hortons. I only got one. This is the best way you can go. I am amped. I might make a cup of coffee on the program. I should have made it before the program, but this is awesome, man. This is good. Ryan asks, which NHL enforcer would you want to be on your team? We've actually been trying to get NHL enforcers on this show. Like, I really want... We got Brian Propp, who is a former NHLer, who scored 1,000 points, but I want someone... Like, like Ryan Reeves or something. Like, I would want a good NHL enforcer on the show, and I'm going to reach out about that. Most likely it would be a former NHLer, but it would be good. The Starbucks ones are also good. Yeah, they are, man. They're so good. Like, honestly, I'm probably gonna make one after this show. Sounds ridiculous. Actually, no, I have milkshakes. I'm probably just gonna do that. And yeah, I usually drink mostly water. No pop. Well, there's a deal at No Frills. $2.97. $2.97 for 6 Orange Crushes, guys. So. I've already had 2, so I'm gonna probably stop drinking them. But yeah, it's a good deal. But yeah, I should probably shout out to Kevin O'Doyle. He went like a year without pop. I don't know how he did it. Yeah, potential possibility. In regards to Ryan Reeves or a CFL interview. CFL interview would be good too. I remember being in touch with the media department like 2 years ago, I think with the Toronto Argonauts, about a player. Just requesting, in which I didn't even get the interview. But I feel that, and I was answering that in regards to Jake's, yeah, right, but I feel like a CFL interview would be a good interview. Absolutely. NFL interview as well. Any former NFL player or, wow. Did you hear that? I just lisped. That was like the first... How do you rewind live video? That's crazy. I can't believe I just did that. Do I have a medical condition? Hope not. But yeah. Anyways, back on topic. These are good fucking Keurigs. Probably gonna make one after this show. And just trying to think about any other news to talk about. AEW is impressive, like I said. If anyone watched the beginning of this show, of this news update, everyone understands how... See, I did it again. I am so excited about Sting being back. Like, how exciting is that? That's huge. That's absolutely huge. And coming to think of it, I had 3 shots of this black rum, so that's probably what's making me stutter. I'm probably drunk, so what can you do? But, some great news just by going on our website, which I should have done before the show. Sting signs a multi-year deal with AEW, which is amazing, and Lana kisses Asuka in new TikTok video. I don't know why that's news. I just think she's a terrible wrestler. Beautiful on-screen performer, great manager, great announcer. I'm not a big fan as a wrestler of her. What else? Other wrestling companies like WWE and even some independents, most recently WWE NXT, paid tribute to Pat Patterson. Our podcast paid tribute to Pat Patterson by having the lights off and having a 10-bell salute, in which many other promotions and podcasts did the same. And yeah, there's not really a lot of other news here except for AEW. However, last piece of news then, I guess, new Sting merchandise is out from AEW right away. It was like 20 minutes after his debut that they had his merchandise out. Jake asks, when are you reaching out to Spenny Rice? I don't know how to. Craig asks, when interviewing wrestlers, have you ever farted on air? Many times. I remember Kid Cash. June 2013, Kid Cash, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion. I just was interviewing him with Siki, and like I was eating this like buffalo burger or something, and I just farted and it went on the air. And Kid Cash heard it. He wasn't impressed, but it's actually true. It happened. I'm not bullshitting. Like, I actually farted on air. And then that was with Dawn Marie. You got mad at the Dawn Marie question too. So. What else here? What is your favorite wrestling podcast to listen to? Something to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. I hate Conrad Thompson. You know what? I'll tell you why. When you go... I'm thirsty. I drank too much pop and there's no water. Is there water in here? Jesus. Anyways. Conrad Thompson is a jerk. I asked him to be on my podcast, in which he said, yes, absolutely. Send me a reminder. What do? I send him a reminder, screens it. 2 days later, send him a reminder. Nothing. The day of, send him a reminder. Nothing. Right after, he totally agreed that he'd do it. So then I proceeded to go on his Twitter and, curse at him. I hate him. I hate Conrad Thompson. He should be a mortgage broker. He should be doing that shit. He shouldn't be involved in this business. I hope he fucking... What can I say? I literally hope he stubs his toe. No, you know what? No, I hope he falls down the goddamn fucking stairs. Because he's a piece of shit. How he did that. Because I announced that already. Craig asks, can you do another 10-bell salute for us that tuned in late? No, I can't. I'm sorry. Conrad Thompson should bow down to the Garber snake. Yeah, he should. He's stupid. I hate him. I like his podcast. I like everything he does. But, like, he's just... You don't say yes to something and back out like that. I don't care. He's playing this Mr. Big Name. No one knows who the fuck you are, man. No one knows who you are outside of wrestling. Wrestling doesn't have much of a large following anymore. Maybe after tonight, we probably got maybe 1 or 2 more million, but wrestling's not as huge as it used to be, so no one knows who the fuck Conrad Thompson is. He's a bum. I hate him. But I think that's it for the questions. If there's anything else, feel free to let me know. We actually went 30 minutes. I can't believe it. What a bunch of ranting. But all ranting ends up well. I'm almost done this show. I'm going to enjoy a milkshake. I'm going to watch Seinfeld probably, which is one of my favorite sitcoms out there. And if you guys are wondering, I would give you guys a giveaway, but you guys didn't even want a fucking hat yesterday. So... What wrestler promised you in an interview and then no-showed? There's a few of them. Oh, who was it? Vince Russo. You don't get me there. Don't get me going with that. Vince Russo no-showed my show. Who else no-showed? Stevie Richards, sort of, but don't really hold a grudge against that. It's Stevie Richards. He was a good wrestler, but I can move on from that. I don't think Ahmed Johnson until 2 minutes left in the show. And then a few independent guys. Rodney Mack too, but it's not a big deal, whatever. A few, probably. A lot more. Can you rant on Vince Russo? I just don't. He's stupid. He goes down to me, talks to me on the phone. He was like, "Hey, Garber, I don't think, my time is." I don't know how to do his accent. He's like, "My time is muddy, and I can't do this for free. I'm gonna have to charge." Meanwhile, I see him with, for someone who's a millionaire, 78 viewers on YouTube, sitting there like this. And SmackDown, Otis was this, so and then he no-shows my podcast, so I don't want to deal with that. That's just somebody who should move on from the business because he's washed down the drain. Would you do a 10-bell salute for Siki Assad? If he died, yeah. Not now. If he got shot or something, I would. That would be terrible if that happened. You have any more questions, Craig? I would love to have you ask a few more. Even Jake could ask some. Anybody. Feel the need to be interactive here on the Jordan Garber Now podcast. We are listened to in over 30 countries. We have reached multiple wrestling press, and most recently reached headlines with Dan Severn this year in Now Studios. But I think we covered AEW. I'll cover WWE tomorrow. A lot of great questions were asked. I appreciate it. I'm happy with my Keurig, which is awesome. One thing I'm really happy about is me realizing that there's many different coffees around the world and many different flavors and everything, and I'm just excited to be like a coffee influendo. I'm excited about that too. And I'm excited about Sting. Anyways, though, for myself, Jordan Garber, and the Jordan Garber Now podcast, you guys have a great day. Take it easy.